Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back. Couple things before we get started. Number one, I am not your financial advisor, so don't make any harsh decisions based off of anything that I say. Please do your research before you do make any decisions. And a big reason why I wanted to cover wealth gap is because of all the underlying problems that I've seen because of the wealth gap. There are still people who work, 2 to 3 jobs just to provide for their family, and I don't think that's fair when we have a minimum wage to support living conditions, right? A couple of facts to get started with. The richest families in America now control about 79% of the nation's wealth versus 60% back in 1983. So, give or take about 37 years, the wealthiest have grown their wealth about 19%, which makes sense. The wealthy get wealthier because of how they know how to use money. And, I plan to do the same things. Also, if you want to learn more about that, too bad. I'm just kidding. Just hit me up. We can have a discussion. Maybe we can share ideas. So, big thing I wanted to discuss is minimum wage. Back in 1968, the minimum wage was $1.60. In today's value, that $1.60 would add up to $11.79, and for a year, that would add up to 24,500. Now, if you compare it to the minimum wage today, the federal minimum wage, not New York's minimum wage, so don't come at me with this. The federal minimum wage was set in 2009 at $7.25. There are multiple states that still use this as a pay. And a lot might say, why does it matter? It's not that low. If it was not a problem, why would there be so many people who are against raising it? So just something to think about. And if you compare the minimum wage for today, 7.25 for a year, that adds up to $15,080. We're being paid about 38% less than we were back in 1968. So if I'm being paid 11.79 in 1968 in terms of today's value, and I'm only being paid 7.25 in 2020, that makes a huge difference. 38% less. We are being paid 38% less today than we were back in 1968. Now, if that's not enough, a big part is SNAP benefits. If you've heard of, food stamps or welfare, a lot of people can't support their families, and it's hard even if they're working a couple of jobs. Guess where that money comes from? It comes from us, the taxpayers. And, the government isn't really helping them. We are helping them. If that's not enough to get you thinking, prices of rent have gone up. Prices of food gone up. Overall prices of gas has gone up since whatever 1900s. We are printing money at such an enormous rate that the value of the dollar has declined. It's going to keep declining. That's just how it is. All these things have increased in value: rent, food, gas, but the thing that hasn't increased is our wages. Since 2009, the minimum wage has been 7.25. Something to think about. So, another thing, universities are pushing for students to keep going to school even through, all this safety concerns, whatever. But one thing I don't understand, now I don't want to get political. One thing I don't understand is why would somebody pay 50K, private colleges upwards of 50K to take courses through Zoom? And a lot of these colleges are only holding courses through Zoom, right? So just something to think about. And guess what? We're the ones who keep paying them, right? The United States is about 70% based on consumerism. Who holds the money? The consumers do. We have the power. We have that purchasing power. But guess what? The system is rigged to take away that purchasing power. For example, the value of the dollar. The value of the dollar keeps going down. And guess what? The lower class and middle class can't invest as much as the rich do. So, in turn, their purchasing power is taken away. Or pretty much, taken away indirectly. The wealthy also do not spend as much as the lower class or the middle class do in terms of their percentage of income. But a big part of this is that, for example, Jeff Bezos, right, richest man in the world, since March, he has just added on to his billions. And guess what? We're the ones adding on to it. I get it. Amazon's easy to use, cheapest prices, convenient, nobody can beat their shipping. But guess what? You can't have it both ways. You can't complain that he's getting richer and richer, but you keep giving your money to him, Think about it. So we are the consumers, we are the buyers. Select where you want to put your money. We are so hesitant as people to help out our friends' businesses, our families' businesses, but we are so open, just throwing money online to people that we don't even know. We control where our money goes. So just think about where you want to redirect it if you want to. I don't care what you buy, I don't care who you buy from, but something to think about. And this affects us all long term. And again, I'm putting myself in a position so I shouldn't have to worry about this. And guess what? It's the same cycle. We've seen this cycle since the beginning. Back in 1983, the rich were the richest. They're getting even more rich. It's basic just wealth accumulation. So I truly believe the change can start from us. We are the buyers, we are the consumers. Once again, United States is 70% consumer based. We are in control of where our money goes. So if you want to change your buying habits, go for it. If not, it doesn't make a difference to me. But I really wanted to, share some awareness, and hopefully this helps you to play the system in your advantage. And I hope you learned something from it. If you find value in this, share it with your friends. I want you to win. I want your friends to win. Share this out, and I'll see you guys next week.